Hello, American literature students. Simon and I were just doing a little wrap up on the Nathaniel Hawthorne lesson. Good job today, by the way, people. Very good job. Hawthorne is not easy, but he is a very important American writer. I think he has very worthwhile life lessons to teach us. I think if you read him enough, you see a little sense of humor in there as well. And you guys really worked it. You weren't afraid to give answers, even though who knew if the answers were right or wrong. But good job. We worked it. We did it together. So you guys are doing a great service to literature and to each other. But we have to have a very serious talk, people. Hawthorne, in all three of the stories that we read, he's writing about the Edenic moment. He's writing about the moment we all get kicked out of the Garden of Eden. The moment when we grow up, when we realize something, and then what happens after that, right? So we'll start with young Goodman Brown. You watched the video of me in the woods. If you didn't, watch it. Young Goodman Brown has a dream in the woods. He realizes that all the townspeople are a bunch of evil hypocrites. Even though this was all in his head, he repressed it. It comes out in this dream, and he has this realization. So he freaks out, and he becomes a bitter person, and he's gloomy, and they carve no hopeful verse upon his grave. So there's choice one. You learn about the world. You learn that the world has evil. The world has good. Sometimes it's not even clear which is which. Young Goodman Brown's response, angry, bitter, feeling like you've been lied to, and that leads to isolation and deep, deep unhappiness. Bad choice. Bad choice, Brown. Choice number two, denial. Oh, who cares? I'm not paying attention to any of that stuff. I'm not watching the news. I don't vote. I'm going to just dance all day like the Merry Mounters, and I'm going to party, and I'm never going to be sad. I'm just going to shop because shopping makes me happy. And I'll drink and eat and do whatever I want because it's all about me. Who cares about anybody else? So when you deny that there are bad things in the world, it leads to a childish self-centeredness, a sterile, simplistic life that is very shallow, like Marymount. So it's like you become almost like stuck in a state of childishness, which is not good either, right? It's a very shallow life. The other choice is the Puritan's choice. You see yourself as sort of above it all. You're not a part of the darkness, right? You're superior, and it's your job to point out all the darkness in the world. That person's no good. That person's no good. Nothing's any good. I'm good. I'm chosen. I am the Puritan. Hey, we all have our moments like that, and God forbid, geez, we all know people like that. So don't go down that route either. That's the Puritan's route. So young Goodman Brown gets bitter and gloomy. The Merry Mounters get simple and happy, but that's bad. The Puritans and the Maypole of the Merry Mount, well, they just are grouchy, but also feel superior. They think they're better than everybody else, and they're going to go around punishing anybody who doesn't believe what they believe. That's not good either, people. That's pretty simplistic, which is bad. The fourth choice. This is the choice we should all strive for in life, right? We want to grow from our knowledge. We want to be compassionate through awareness, right? People who need compassion, the dying, the true sinners, they come to Reverend Hooper when he starts wearing the veil. You want to have a sense of wisdom and understanding. However, there's never really a conclusion. This is what wisdom is. You never really come to a conclusion. You learn to live with circumstances and to do your best. Young Goodman Brown, bitter, the world stinks. Conclusion. Let's just be happy. Merry Mounters. Conclusion. Puritans, we're better than everybody else. Conclusion. No, sorry. There really are no conclusions about the human existence, except that there are no conclusions. So you don't want to really come to a resolution. You want to acknowledge your own frailty, right? You want to acknowledge that you're going to make mistakes. You have made mistakes in life, and forgive yourself and grow from it. It's still a little alienating since we're not part of the other three groups. However, we don't live in a world where, unfortunately, I hate to be cynical, because that's what I'm arguing against, but I'm not sure I don't know. Here's what I was going to say. I was going to say we don't really live in a world where that's valued, but I don't know. I think it is, right? We all value each other's wisdom in class. Um, so maybe we do. Maybe we need to try a little harder to value this. Instead, we get a lot of people who are always coming to conclusions, who think they have it all figured out, people who are just always happy and they don't want to know anything bad, people who only want to know the bad. Um, don't get sucked into that. Try to grow from all the knowledge you gain, particularly of the good and bad parts of the world. And you want to grow wise. You don't want to come to any conclusion. You want to learn to live with the mystery. And Hooper, when he covers over his eyes, he's acknowledging the mystery and darkness inside him. He's actually revealing it by covering it. He's revealing it by covering it. And that is important to understand. And that keeps us feeling humble and understanding our own frailty in life. And that is good. That is good. So be Reverend Hooper. Don't be a Puritan. Don't be a Marymountr. Don't be young Goodman Brown. All right, be a Marymounter on Saturday night, but only Saturday night. You want to be Reverend Hooper. I think about Hooper all the time, and I love his melancholy smile. It's a smile, but it's a little sad because it's sort of that good feeling that comes with wisdom. But wisdom doesn't make you, hey, this is awesome. Wisdom is like, yeah, a knowing smile, even a melancholy smile, but it's still a smile. It's that satisfaction of feeling some understanding, but not resolution about the human experience. That is what I wish for all of you. That is why I like to read Hawthorne and really literature itself. It rarely provides an easy answer, but it does make us wiser.